Welcome back to the Surface Wave Podcast, everybody. Got my buddy Nick over here.
Oh, hello everybody. I'm Nicholas Pacheco. It's going downhill. I haven't started.
It's all right. All
right.
right.
But we got something special in for you.
A very special guest indeed. My brother, the CEO, Mr. Craze.
What's up, guys?
I wish I could whistle like you, LALO.
Thank you for having me on your guys' show. I've been a huge supporter. I've been watching every single episode.
Well, you've been messaging us too, and we're like, we gotta get him on.
Yeah, I mean, it just made sense to get you on eventually.
So you're from Kentucky?
Connecticut. Actually.
Oh, sorry, I get my K's mixed up.
See, isn't Connecticut?
I don't know.
Hey, man.
No, dude. Congratulations too on the new album. If you guys haven't listened, have Bottle Half Empty with the deluxe version too.
Deluxe version out now.
How long? What would you find on the deluxe version?
So the deluxe version. Okay, so the original version has different sound effects on some songs. There's 8 tracks. The deluxe version has 10 songs, and what's different about it is there's a version called a song called Money on Me, which is the alternate version of Money on Me on the original. Okay. It's like, so the one that's on the main album was the replacement to the one that's now the alternate.
Okay.
So the one that's the alternate was actually the original. I don't know if it's confusing to you guys, but the one on the deluxe is Money on Me Part 2.
Okay. I just love when I see deluxe albums. I'm just like tight.
And then Under Pressure featuring the Kid Mikey's on the original album. The deluxe has Archie as a feature.
Okay.
Which we saw live last night.
Shout out Heat Wave.
Came out on all streaming platforms yesterday, and then we performed it yesterday too.
Ooh,
it was fire.
That vibe last night in the concert, that was fun. That was cool.
It was
insane, bro. We had Heat Wave here at the lounge at the end of the universe, but just like to see all you guys jumping on the stage. And you already said it too before. Like, I have a vision that all of us is just gonna jump on the stage.
It worked. It worked.
Even though Nikki couldn't see.
It was.
Yo, your set was so crazy, bro. The vibe was so high, the energy was high, and then like you closed out with Wave We Trust.
Yeah,
and that was incredible, dude. It was wild.
I want to paint the picture. Yeah. So I did Under Pressure, and it was me, the Kid Mikey, and Archie on stage. And then right after that was In Wave We Trust, which is a single with Pike Not Mike and Andrew's World. So I had the Kid Mikey and Archie stay on stage, and then I had Nikki pop on stage, Dami pop on stage. We had Young Neves pop on stage, and then we had Dre Clutch on stage as well. Habibi was the DJ for the event, and it wasn't me on stage though. Like I was talking to Vic, shout out Vic. When I was on stage, I literally like no nerves, no nothing. Like it was like a presence entered me. Not to be like weird or creepy, but it was like this person who was just like I'm the shit. Like
that's cool, man.
But the thing is I've never really tapped in. I've been performing. I'm 25 right now. I've been performing since I was like 13 years old. And when I went on stage last night, there was no nerves. There was no second guessing. It was all just fun. I just felt very welcomed, and I felt very just happy. The event was amazing too, by the way. Shout out to everyone who came. But on stage, man, I was just so excited. It was a different feeling that I feel like I've unlocked.
So this is the most comfortable you've probably ever been on
stage?
Stage?
Yeah, man, honestly, I don't know. What did you think, LALO? Because you've been watching my performance.
And that was my first time watching you live.
Yeah, you looked super comfortable up there. Like, and you had, when you got on stage, like you were like, how do you like say, like you were glowing. You looked like so happy, and then like you said, then you started like to perform your music, and like I could definitely see where you say like you were different.
Yeah,
you were different. I think you just like fully just let your ego take over up there on stage, and you were like Craze the artist, not Cruise the person. You know what I mean? Like,
and here's the thing too, man, is I dropped an album that I strongly feel like really good about. Like the music I have out right now, like I feel strong about that too. Mm-hmm. But this new album, Bottle Half Empty, it's like a play on cup half full, like a pessimistic viewpoint in life, because that's literally how my mind operates. Like, even though things are going really well, my mind can only focus on like what we still need to fix or need to still do. Like literally last night, so Heatwave is an event that me and Nikki put together. But it's with help from the lounge and help from Rob, our DJ, and help from you, who helped on the door, LALO, on our last event. But like 30 minutes before the doors open, and all I can see and think of is like the last 1 to 2 things that need to get done.
Yeah.
But yet there was like 50 other things that are done already. But that's like the whole theme of the album is kind of like me, but just like in song form, essentially. Like, I just feel so strong about the album, honestly. And
I've been listening to that album
being able to perform it and for people to reciprocate and just like this is my baby that I've taken years to create and form. And within that time frame, I've found myself and lost myself and then found myself again, essentially. It's just a beautiful like conclusion to like
this chapter,
the crazy life that's been happening, honestly, man.
Yeah, I will say I've been listening to the album like and knowing you as a person, like, and we're close, you know, it's like it's almost like, just so people know, like, this really is this guy's life in the music, you know what I mean? Like, it's all true. All of that is real. Like, the way he feels, all that, what he says in the music is true. Like, we've had conversations, discussions about, like, all the stuff that he talks about. And, like, so, like, just to hear it, and, like, it's kind of, like, crazy, like, that, like, someone could be talking about something that's super deep and you're just, like, vibing to it, you know what I mean? Like, that's, like, music is interesting in that way.
Yeah, no, and that was my approach last night. Is I could have approached my set with just, like, vibes and just calmness, and people would have, like, subconsciously matched my energy,
right?
But the things that I was talking about, I needed people to like very like really get it. So I was very like punctual with my words, and I didn't want to come off as aggressive, but I was like because on my song City, it's like, we gonna ride for the city, and on stage I was like, we gonna ride for the city.
Let's go on.
We're riding for the city. We're gonna die in the city.
Cut the music. We were gonna ride for the city.
I was just like, I really want people to understand like what I'm saying is like, we're so trapped inside Idaho, like we're never gonna make it out unless we make it out. Like, and if we don't, we're gonna eventually just die here, and you know, no one's gonna see or hear or feel what we've created. And that's kind of what I wanted people to understand is like this is too hard for the Saint, is like, this is too hard for like our culture out here. It's a culture shock. People aren't ready to see what we're about to do. We're like, this is too hard for the city. We're going to eventually die in the city. Like, I don't know, man. I was just like, I want you guys to feel my words and understand my words. And I was looking at tapes. I was watching my tapes last night from my games.
Hey, he goes film room, man.
Yeah, he's in the film room studying, dude.
And it was just, yeah, man.
Ice on the knees.
Yeah, no.
You're sore.
I'm not gonna lie. I am pretty sore though.
Fatigue. Hey, I mean, plus two, I'd be sweating my ass off on stage, and plus I'd be scared if that stage falls from my fat ass. I'd be so scared.
Hey, it helped the whole team, dude.
I mean, I'm just saying.
I also want to give a quick shout out. I want to give a quick shout out to Angelica, to Anna, to Des, to my mom, to LALO, to Ebo, to just my family. My birthday was on Monday, and they got me a basket of all my favorite things. Like,
bro, what? Weezy goes hard.
Is this nice little?
Oh, shit, scared the shit out of me, dude. Holy fuck.
Also, shout out Archie. He's just
huge shout
out the
Archie,
window,
scaring the shit
He's
out
just
of me.
out the window. World's best boss.
Also, LALO picked out all of my favorite things that I love, and
these are a few of my favorites.
I'm gonna drink out of my world's best boss cup. But yeah, where were we?
Hold up, that little Wayne.
Yeah, it goes hard, bro.
That goes.
I like that. But I'm telling you,
chunkiness.
On Monday we're going shopping for his gifts because it's his birthday, bro. I was having the time of my life just filling this basket full of stuff, dude. Me and my wife, his sister, were laughing so hard. I'm like, yo, he's gonna love this, bro.
I literally almost cried.
What is that figurine called? Is it Funko?
Yeah, it's a Funko,
what?
But it's like the gold edition.
Damn, Lil Wayne, man.
For people who don't know, Lil Wayne was like my idol growing up.
At 13, heavy listen.
Middle school, I dressed like him. I copied the way he talked and just everything, bro. Like,
I think the first Lil Wayne song I ever listened to was "Stunting Like My Daddy," and my cousins from California showed me it.
Yeah.
He's like, it's that one part in the song where he says he like it's about the chip or something. He throws it away or something. But I was just like, well, Lil Wayne's nuts.
Lil
Duffel
Wayne
Bag Boy.
There you go.
is
Oh,
insane.
that Duffel Bag Boy was an absolute banger, dude.
Just imagine being, I think he was like 11 or 12 and already like in the rap scene.
He's just going
touring and just
and
women and money and just,
everybody's favorite rapper at 12, 13. Dude.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
insane, dude.
like you're saying though, the city culture shock. Like 11-year-old in Idaho has a way different life than 11-year-old in Louisiana.
No,
probably.
definitely.
Just
Oh,
like
for sure.
the,
Especially where he's from.
An 11-year-old signed to Cash Money. Like,
This would be
you know what I'm
nuts.
saying? Like, he was too young to even perform at the arenas and the clubs, and they had to like sneak him in essentially.
That'd
Like, yeah, man, he definitely paved the way. Like, tell me, you could probably name like 10 artists right now who look just like this.
Yeah, and I can name
Dreadlocks, face tattoos, the whole vibe, everything.
and 100 with Little in the front.
That too,
Yeah,
man.
facts.
He wasn't the
actually.
first Little one, right?
No,
No, Little
definitely
One
not.
was the first Little One.
Little one. I don't know.
I
I'm
wonder
not.
who
I
the
don't.
first Lil was.
Who was the first?
I don't know. I wonder though.
I wonder if we should look that up
Because who was Little? I wonder who's Little Wayne's inspirations.
for the Lil.
Yeah, for Little. Because like I used to when I was younger, I used to think the size of Lil Wayne. I thought like the Little was so dumb. Like I'm like, oh come on. But then I get it now. It's just like of a cool fraternity. It feels like just being that little.
Just
brand.
all the little guys.
Yeah, little guys.
That's how it is with Kid.
Ah,
yeah.
yeah.
So I had Kid craze,
Kid craze.
and then I grew up, and I'm just craze.
I mean, when
Or
you're-
Kraz, or
what was-
Kraz,
what was
however
your-
people want to pronounce it.
Craw dollar sign. Craw dollar.
I've got called that too.
Craw dollar
Are you
sign.
serious?
Yeah.
Oh,
What do you respect?
that one's
be like, that's-
rough.
Yeah, do you just be like, that's not it?
No, I don't get offended.
Swing and a miss.
Because here's the thing, though, is like the fact that they still know that that's my name in a sense is cool.
Yeah,
Because it's an alias or it's a different name that I created.
Alias is so interesting. Like, do you feel like you are?
Hold on 1 second. My little man is calling me. Ezra, what's up, dude?
What's up? Dad?
I'm on the podcast. You want to say hi to Nick and Lalo?
Hi.
This is going on YouTube, so don't say anything bad.
What's up, dude?
What's up, my dude?
Is it okay if I buy this for the show, Dad?
Oh yeah, everyone subscribe to our YouTube channel, the Super Duos.
Ooh,
Me and my little man are gonna be doing Pokemon unboxing videos.
dang.
Dad, can I get that for my show? For our show?
Do you have money for it?
Uh-oh.
I wish I had money when I was
I
a
don't know
kid.
how much it is.
Call mom and ask her. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the show. But yes, that'd be cool. Okay, I gotta go. Call mommy. Okay. My other phone's ringing too now. All right, what?
I got
I got
two.
two.
Boom.
Seriously, dude.
One for my son, one for the
Crazy
something.
Gates.
Crazy Gates.
No,
Oh,
well,
the
when
new
you're
name.
What was your first concert? Like when you're 13?
My first concert was in Ontario, Oregon. For
Dang, it was even out of state.
yeah, it
Dang,
was. I was in 8th grade. Oh man,
That's pretty cool
So
though.
I-
At 8th grade.
and I had a team of 4 artists. We were called KKDMR. It was a label I started, Kid Craze Dream Making Records.
Damn, dude, already.
And we were inside our garage, we're doing our rehearsals, and we were just like performing it and doing choreography. And
Dang.
there was moments where like one of the members it was like their solos, so we like made a circle around them and like we're on our knees. Like we had like every step already choreographed. This was when we
B-boy
were
band.
in 8th grade.
That's
and
pretty cool.
we opened up for this show in Ontario. We brought the most people from Nampa to an Ontario show, and then they invited us back, and we were the main event on the next one.
Damn, hell yeah.
And then since then, my dad has always been like kind of my manager in a sense. When I was younger, he saw that, and then he started being the promoter, started booking venues. We started doing shows just like at every bar, at the Nampa Civic Center. Basically what me and Nikki are doing now. My dad was the one who kind of planted that seed to no middlemen, do it in house. If they can throw a show and book my son and have hundreds of people out, let's do that for ourselves essentially.
Yeah, put the money in your own pocket.
Yeah. So from 13, 14, that's what we've been doing.
Damn. And you've
Yeah.
been doing this now for 13.
Yeah.
Been a CEO since 13.
Yeah,
dude.
man.
Yeah.
Well, that's just cool though too. Like it's rare. I feel like as a younger age to find a passion. Like you could find a little passion, like, and then drop it real quick, but you stuck with it.
Yeah.
And you've had a vision. Like I feel like that's really cool to do. Like to say like you had a goal, you did it. Now you're like, you have this own studio, you have a partner and the CEOs. Like
what's crazy too is like where we're at right now is like a whole nother level of this. Like we haven't achieved these heights yet. So like before it was like we were in the garage, we're going to the coffee shop every day and we're sitting there and planning the next thing and the next thing. And it's like, we've gotten like little momentum, little bits and pieces of like, what's the bigger picture? And where we're at right now on this day, it's like we have like unveiled we've just reached a new level, unlocked a new level where it's like, okay, we don't know what we're doing, but it's working. So let's just keep doing it. Now, like with events and with just everything going on, like this all started from being 13 and then creating our own record label inside my garage to now we are like a legitimate record label and concert promoters. And now it's like, what's next? You know what I'm saying?
It does happen every 3 months. It seems like something big happens.
It really
Seriously.
does.
Oh no, there's a good pattern right there.
So I have this bar real quick where it says, what did I say? I'm a walking manifest. This is from 3 months out. I say something along those lines. I got little man watching how I move, so I know he peeped this. But like literally, it seems as if every 3 months, it's like a new opportunity or the universe talking to us in a way. Just
the next step.
There's so much stress, and then 3 months later, we realize like that stress was for a reason.
Yeah,
there was a reason why that didn't work out, or there was a reason why we really wanted that to work. We really wanted it, but then 3 months later, like the true colors got revealed, or the business plan was like that would have never worked. But just being patient and trusting the process allows it to be like, okay, if it's meant to happen, it's meant to happen. Let's not force it and trying to,
push it.
Yeah.
And then overextend yourself or put yourself in a bad situation. I think that's like the beautiful thing about like running everything through like a team, right? You have everybody that you have guys you could talk to in your corner that you could actually really trust. Like, so like when it comes to trusting the process, you don't ever doubt it because like, yo, like, what do you think about this? You know what I mean?
And that's honestly, man, like I know this is like the craze interview, but like this could really be like the Wave Media breakdown.
Yeah.
Because like this podcast is like a walking testament of that. Like this is something that you and I started a year and a half ago, and it was just you and me in my garage.
Yeah.
And now we have five
with no lights,
no nothing, and now we have a fully operated podcast network
running out of a studio.
Yeah, like
that you run concerts out of the venue,
right?
So nuts.
And recording artists.
Yeah.
What's
exactly.
crazy too is Pike and Dami both performed songs last night that me and Nikki engineered this week.
Jeez.
Oh whoa,
that's so badass.
The day, so yesterday, Dami performed a song that he just finalized yesterday.
Damn,
so
that's
the
He
show was
did it during the day.
Yeah, he came in here at 3:45, laid down the rest of the song. We rendered it out by 4, and then by 12 o'clock at night, he was performing it.
Damn, that's cool, dude.
That's some fat stuff right there.
It's insane, man.
Yo, so here's a question, man. So like talking about like you've been like a young CEO since 13, and now you are where you are now, making big moves in the city. Like, what would you, if you could go back to talk to your 13-year-old self, what would you tell him?
Kid Crazy is not your name anymore.
Take the kid out.
No, so I would say you don't have all the pieces yet. You don't, like, you have the idea, but you don't have the resources. You don't have the blueprint yet. Understand that, because this is crazy. You asked that question, man, because we were cleaning the house one day and we found this old iPhone 5. And my lady powered it on, and there was an audio recording on that phone from when I was 18.
Dang.
So this was back in 2014, almost 10 years ago.
Damn.
And at the time, I didn't know she was recording, but I had I'll just be transparent. Like, I took acid for the first time.
Dang.
And I was on like a 5-hour meditation. And in my mind, I was just like, there's a reason why I have all these thoughts and ambitions and I have this drive, but like, what is all of the purpose? And in my mind, I had how can I create something that everybody could be a part of or want to consume or whatever. And in that audio message, it said, I'm working radio already. So radio is a resource everyone already has and uses. Little did I know that radio would be the podcast in the future. Clothing. At the time, it was self-made clothing. Now it's in blood clothing. But at the time, I was like, everyone wears clothes. It's like, it's a straightforward idea.
Yeah, to get back to the most basic function.
Music. Everyone consumes music in some sort of way. Doesn't matter what genre, you just consume music and you love it. I'm like, at the time I was 18, and I told my lady in the recording, I was like, I'm gonna be so successful. I'm gonna have so much money. Like, I created a product that everyone's gonna consume. But mind you, I had nothing created. But at the time, my mind and my ego allowed me to feel so happy and motivated. But I had no clothes pressed. And I found out it's such a long process to buy the clothes, to vet the companies that are going to press your shirts. And what about packaging and labeling and stickers and how to actually sell it online and pay taxes on. But at the time when I was 18, just because I had the idea, I felt as if I've accomplished it. So if I can go back in time and tell my 13-year-old self, like, yes, you're recording in a studio, and yes, people are buying your records. Be humble and learn, because this is just the very beginning.
Dang, be like this. Don't say no to that acid trip.
Yeah. Right. Dang. Now imagine like in 10 years talking to your. Like,
but here's
come back 10 years to do the acid question again.
Here's the thing though, is I found that recording almost 10 years later, and I actually came into the studio and I set the cameras up just like how they are now, and I listened to that audio live, and I recorded myself, and I was listening to the audio. I basically saw it's like going to be like a documentary essentially, and I basically introduced it and told the story about what happened, and I'm like, this is the phone, this is the audio, it's 30 minutes long.
Dang.
This is me in 2022 listening to myself in 2014, and at the time I loved the ideas, but I hated the person that I was at the time because I was so entitled and I was so, I don't know, man. I've gone through a lot of life.
You were young.
I was young.
You were young.
I was young for sure, but my mindset, my heart, my soul were just not in the right place.
Isn't that so weird too, to
Honestly.
look back on yourself like it's you, but it's not you? Like always, even like catching myself looking at younger pictures of myself. I'm like, that's me, but it's not me really.
Yeah,
That was
it's kind of a trippy.
That was a really good question though, man.
Thank you, bro.
What's your most
Appreciate that.
embarrassing moment you ever had on stage?
I think just forgetting lyrics, honestly.
What do you do during that time?
How do you bring that back? I'm telling you, I'd cry.
Just mumble.
Do you kind of reverse I'll be like, you guys don't know the words?
Or if I know,
this mic up. Like,
Help
what?
me.
Yeah.
I purposely didn't rap for you to rap. No, honestly, no, I say the ad lib. So like if I don't say the bar, I'll just say yeah or make some noise.
Some good.
Let's freaking go.
Well, it's kind
Just
of
to
cool
mask
because
it.
if you're vibing, then you just say the ad libs. Like it does work, but
It does
in my
work.
head, I'm just like, I remember on American Idol, this dude, he was like my favorite contestant, and the first song he forgot the lyrics, he got X'd. I'm just like,
Oh man,
he's like, how do you? That just be so nerve wracking.
knock on wood. But I've never fallen on stage. That's probably like one of my biggest fears.
See-
is to fall.
And it's not inevitable, but like you just got to prepare. Like, what's your next step after you fall? You know,
Yeah.
Like
How do you
to
come
the-
back from that? Dude?
Just get on your knees.
If I
and
was in the
start
crowd,
twerking.
that's true. I just go like,
I meant to do that.
I mean, if LALO and I are in the crowd, we'll fall with you.
Oh yeah.
Like if you fall on stage, we'll just fall in the crowd. Maybe we'll
Speaking of
just skip
being in the crowd, how come you didn't get on stage last night?
dude. Okay, well, funny story.
I was pointing at you. I was like,
You know what's well, okay.
You reeled him in.
The vibe, not the vibe was off, but like I wasn't there in the beginning. I was like, this is, like this. I know you get the mics, man, but like I'm just gonna let Craze do his thing. Just because plus two, we went. Archie was performing, had to go to the bathroom, and then like 2 minutes in there, all I hear is dun, dun, like the shout out hooligan.
I've been down
shout out hooligan,
and
and then I'm like, babe, the song's playing, and she's like, what? It's like the
What?
song. So I go out, and then I'm just hearing. It was weird hearing my voice in the stair. Like,
It's cool, huh?
Yeah, I was like,
That's
what
cool.
the hell? And then shout out Nikki. Nikki made me feel special too. He's just like, are you Nick Pacheco? I'm like, yes, man.
Your fit was ready to be on stage. To be fair, you were looking nice last night.
Well, we did go out to Mai Tai. Shout out Mai Tai. Had some chicken and
Shout
rice. Just
out.
basic. Didn't even have the actual food. Didn't have noodles or anything. Which had they had instead of like to go boxes, it was containers. And
Like
it was
a heavy plastic
Like, you know, you
container?
put like cotton candy in those
Yeah.
plastic. They had that. So I was shoving my chicken in this container. And then the guy kept repeating, like, you could wash these. These are reusable. And I was like, that's dope. But like he kept making that point. But I was like, it was weird though, because it looked like we just got back from a weird convention because I had
Yeah.
chicken and rice in this little bucket.
That's it. What if you have like sides and stuff? You just layer it in the
Yeah.
bucket?
Well, with me, I'm disgusting. I
just
put everything-
layers.
Yeah. Layers.
You just dip your spoon all the way down. And it's
yeah.
Make it a dip.
Whoa.
Like, whoa.
Like
Wow.
what's
Wow.
that?
Wow.
7-layer dip? That's fucking tight. It's been 10 minutes. You can say stuff.
I love 7-layer.
Oh, I was telling Lalo $1 million idea. What would you think of a restaurant, right? You have a menu and it just shows your meats, shows stuff that you hate. So you can check off, be like, I hate, like me, obviously mustard.
Everything.
But then you send it to the chef and the chef gets your ingredients and he just makes a random surprise plate for you. But you would like it because it's your.
yeah. So
Dude,
there's
that sounds
no,
like an art form.
yeah. There's no menu.
There's
It
no
just
menu.
just checklist.
That's how they type. There's no menu.
There's
here.
no
There's no
menu.
menu.
dude. There's just like a check boxes that you check. Like I like beef, I like chicken, I like sausage, whatever. And then you like I don't f with.
Yeah. Surface
Mustard.
wave menus.
I do f with mustard though.
You want to know what does F?
Oh, let's go.
Wait, what'd you say, Nikki?
Subway.
Yeah, but it's not though because then you just send it to the chef and he comes and brings you like chicken cordon bleu.
Dude, when I was fatter, when I like more fatter, is that better? Was that good English? More fatter? I put chocolate chip cookies in my Subway sandwiches
Oh.
What? Can I? Why?
Why?
because I'm fat, man. I was just like, it's because it all comes out the end. Like
Nick,
you
I
know,
want to
it's all
hit
just
you.
gonna hit you
I want to
back.
come across the studio and just
Yeah,
hit you right now.
It was
dude.
chocolate. I mean, okay. Here's the thing. It's
You
like
ruined the sandwich.
it's a weird sweet and savory thing.
no,
So
it's
like,
not. It's trash.
No, it's wheat. It's,
I don't know, it's weird.
Bread and cookies.
I want you to know that I'm calling the police.
Well, you know, it's like you know
Do
when
you dip the sandwich in milk?
Yo,
well, see, you're not there with me. I would have done it.
You wouldn't understand.
I know. Well, how you should. That would be a fun.
You were
thing to
down
do.
bad.
We could go to. Actually, I was up.
I feel like that would be a lot of pressure on the chef, though, to have to constantly try to guess what.
That's true. But
what
then
the
again,
customers
what if he has
want.
like or he or she just has like 6 things in the bank, you know?
Yeah.
So when they do say it, it's like, oh, I'll put this.
Like if
together
you
real
say
quick.
chicken, they have a few.
Like they get an
meals.
idea. So because it's
Yeah.
still a limited menu.
Yeah.
It's like we're talking a business deal right now.
Shark Tank. Are you trying to
Yeah,
invest in
Shark
our
Tank. Yeah,
invest in our company?
90% equity.
just put my name on it.
Yeah, there you go.
Bro,
Surface.
I was watching Dirty Money on Netflix,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a episode of Trump. Have you guys watched that one?
Nuh-uh.
Bro, this guy was he started doing real estate and putting his name on it, and then realized that he could do the same thing if he just licensed his name. So
Oh.
all these buildings with his name on it, he doesn't own it. It's just a license.
That's
They're just
amazing.
paying
So
for
they
his
pay for his name
for his
That's
likeness.
fire, bro.
That's smart.
So that's why there's like a Trump Tower in Moscow, because he just put his name on it.
Let's just license the company's name on all these buildings.
I was
Honestly.
like, that's so smart.
That's pretty. I mean, yeah, I would never be that smart to think of that though. Me, I think myself at 13 years old, I think I was just barely learning to J it and stuff instead of like being the CEO. What? Just,
At 13, you learned a J, dude?
okay, maybe like. I mean, the first time I J'd.
Oh,
Well, we're here now.
when did you?
First time you first time on stage. No, first time you J'd.
It was the same day.
Damn,
The-
Jaded on
That's actually a
stage.
good idea,
It
dude.
was the same day.
Jaded on stage. Everyone went to jail.
No, I was gonna.
God.
What I
Everyone
was
went to
gonna
jail.
what I was gonna say though, what F's is our
yeah.
our Wave Media brand ambassadors.
Hey,
I want to give a quick shout out to Lily. You guys can follow her YouTube channel. She's our brand ambassador for Wave. Shout out Nessa, and then shout out to Anna. You guys killed it last
They
night.
do their thing too. They always just share.
They brought the
everything.
energy.
Bro,
They brought the vibes.
there's a lot of ideas that I'm very happy that happened. That's one of them.
Hell yeah.
Because it's okay. You have this, so you have an idea for brand ambassadors, okay, and then to see that like they are passionate, that's also awesome too. But to see that they also get along with each other,
Yeah.
3 people that don't, well, I think 2 of them knew each other, but like it was so beautiful to see like the whole idea come into fruition last night. Like,
yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
for
this
sure.
is this is
Well, it's cool. I see
solid.
them. I see them record like almost every artist too, just to get some footage
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah,
like dude,
showing love. It was
Yeah, they
sick.
do
that
their
helps us out because me and Nikki are the ones who threw the event. Nikki was at the door checking tickets, and
Yeah,
I
you're just
was on the
going around.
camera the entire night.
My man's was
Photos.
working.
Yeah.
And then I got to go handle this, handle that, and back to photos. Even after my set, I went straight back to the camera and
Mhm.
filmed the next set.
That's what's cool about you guys, though. You just take care of the team. Like I even seen you give Habibi like the water and stuff
Yeah.
too. He's just dying over there.
The world famous Habibi, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
Bro,
shut up.
I got a text from him last night, and he's like, "Bro, I got to pee so bad." So I had to go on stage, and he's like, "Just press this button." when MJD's done,
Oh.
press this button. So I was just on stage, just watching everybody.
Austin.
And
I
then
never thought
MJD
about
looked
that.
back at me, and I'm like this, and he's like, and I'm like,
Sick.
and then you see Rob coming from the back,
Oh.
running back because he's the DJ, so he can't just.
I
Get
never
off
thought
stage.
about that. Like, yeah, you can't.
Yeah, bro. I'm just like,
Oh, wow.
bro. I need to figure this out more. That way, you're not stuck here for 7 hours.
You just need like a squatty potty or something.
Ew.
He just turns around. Just,
You know, like those foldable things on the sidelines at footballs.
Yeah.
Oh, the
just do that-
tents?
Do the tent.
Instead of bringing him waters, I'm replacing his buckets.
yeah, please watch out, watch out, watch out, watch
like
out.
God, CEO's really working right
Hot
there.
pee, hot pee, hot pee. Watch out.
Hot pee, hot pee.
Just see the steam coming up from it.
Dude,
He filled the whole bucket in one pee.
Dude, that'd be yeah. That's
I
a
probably
big bucket.
could. I probably could do that.
I mean, that'd be performing wise too. If you got to like go 1 or 2, that has to be hard.
I also want to shout out to my mom, Mama Craze.
But,
cousin.
shout out Mama
My
Craze.
first cousin.
I love her so much. She was out in the crowd.
Hell yeah, it's cool
Vibing.
seeing all the family out there.
She's been my #1 supporter in life, man. I love her so much.
Well, that's what the ambassadors too. It's like that shows like you guys put on great shows and like people are missing out. Like and it's happening in Boise. Like,
No, really,
there's
you seriously, they're missing out on such a cool event.
you even got like sponsored bit like drinks are like they have everything.
Oh, yeah.
Like, beer pong
You
table.
came and
back
gave
there.
me a drink. I was like, oh my god, thanks.
Yeah,
That was the most amazing thing. And I had like, because Nick and Callie went to the bathroom, had 3 beers in my hand. Nick's like, are you thirsty? I was like, leave me alone.
This
dude.
is what I'm saying though. Like, I don't want to put too much out there from like the business operation side, but like me and Nikki, before we got this building, we were at Flying M on the computer looking at buildings. We randomly found this one, and at that same time, we were looking for a venue. We come and do the walkthrough, and at the same time, we found this venue too. Actually, we found the venue before we found this room. But like, what are the odds that you find a recording studio space available for rent that's also connected to a venue, concert venue?
Yeah.
Like, what are the odds of that
And it's
happening?
a building full of creators.
And there's literally, shout out Gem Center for the Arts. You can walk down the hallway and there's like painters and tattoo artists, and
Other
podcasters, and like we literally got this place and we fit right in.
It's dope.
You
Like,
know what's-
our neighbors are creators and audio
Just as, like-
engineers, and
that creative vibe is in here in this building, dude.
it's just crazy how it works out. And then shout out to Long Drink. It's an awesome opportunity for everyone, but they sell their drinks at the venue too, and they also sponsor our shows. But this happened before they got the drinks in there, so it kind of just all happened. It's like it was meant to be. Honestly.
And like too for the people that haven't been to this concert, like it's not just like a party, like it's a legit professional concert. Like
yeah.
you got security at the door. It's not like just come in. Like we
yeah,
have you have rules, but like it's a legit thing. It's not just something you're
yeah.
throwing.
It's a full on like Habibi's a real ass DJ. He's out there killing it.
Yeah,
bro,
no,
like,
and
and all these artists are like giving it their all.
Yes.
So you guys are missing out on like an intimate concert with like guys that maybe like eventually are gonna blow up.
Yeah.
Like these are the stories you'll be able to tell when like Craze or Pike or Dami are like on tour selling out arenas and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like like you remember that time we saw them at the lounge?
Yeah. Like why
That's
would you
nuts,
want
dude.
not to be at ground zero of a place? That's, like,
Yeah,
popping?
exactly. Ground
what
zero.
we're doing is literally like we are creating a new industry out here.
Yeah.
Like
Facts. No, for
we,
real.
Whole,
we
like,
really are.
ecosystem
Like
out here.
You can feel the buzz. Like the energy is different.
I've heard so many times people say like I had no idea there was this much hip hop in Idaho.
yeah.
But what's crazy is there's always been, I don't want to give out too much information, but it's just a way of marketing. That's all
Yeah.
I'm going to say. Like
Yeah.
you got to present it in a way that people will enjoy it before enjoying it. And that's what we're doing. We're literally we are giving you I'm not even going to say sell because it does by itself, but we're giving you an experience, but catering it in a way that you kind of already know what to expect when you walk into the doors.
Yeah.
We got the recaps. We got our podcast where we actually are talking about it. It's just, we're building something so beautiful out here.
And it's all local. It's not like out. It's like when people seeing the people on the stage, like they're my neighbors and stuff.
Man, I get so excited, and I just want to just talk about everything with you guys. But I keep seeing Nikki like look back at me.
Look back at
it.
Nikki's producing. He's producing.
It's a blessing though to literally have a team like you guys. Honestly,
like, no, it's incredible to see like this. And it's happened. Like it's taken a process, but like things just happen quick.
It's beautiful because there's different brands within the company, but we all are friends. Each brand, like Surface Wave Podcast, Wave Cartel Beats, Wave Media Studios, a recording company, Wave Image Studios, a photography company, the concerts, like we are all different. We all have different talents and we have different interests, but we all coexist with each other and hang out outside of this. And it's just beautiful.
It's sick.
Honestly.
Yeah, dude. It's so cool.
Did you ever have a crossroads of like when you're like the music thing's just not working anymore? And you're like, I'm just gonna be
every couple months.
Every couple months.
Oh no, not the music.
Okay.
Well, just because I wear so many hats, like there's some months where I'm just dead into like photography, and I got photo shoots and marketing design for companies, and then there's every other couple months we're doing concerts. So now I'm a concert promoter and figuring out flyers, tickets, how much to charge for the tickets. Like, but there is moments for the music thing before I dropped. So I dropped Stop and Smell the Roses at the beginning of this year, and then Bottle Half Empty right now. Before I dropped Stop and Smell the Roses, I think that came out in March of this year. No, didn't it come out? No, it actually came out in New Year's of this year.
Yeah, it was.
Before that, though, I was telling my lady, I was like, I'm done making music. And I remember it specifically because I was in here and I spent hours on recording music and none of it was good. At the time, my mind was like, there's artists that you work with, because I'm also an engineer. So I record with these artists and I see them just come in here and just knock out a record, boom, boom, boom. And I'm like, that's a God-given talent right there. And I'm like, how come it's not that easy for me? How come I have to retake, play back in the car, and it's still words that are just like popping out to me and all this. And I'm just like, I'm not saying everything has come easy to me, but I'm able to like figure out ways to do things.
Yeah.
With anything I put my mind to. But with music, it's like the hardest thing for me to do. But I was figuring out it's because I don't sound like anyone. I don't copy styles. I could do like the same 4-bar cadence on an entire 16. But for me, it's like that's not me. I love to talk about real life stuff and talk about my feelings and talk about whatever pains I'm going through. And I'm like, no one cares about that. No one wants to listen to music to get sad. You know what I'm saying? At that moment, that's what I was thinking. And I'm just like, this music's not for me. Because I'm putting so much into it and I'm getting nothing out of it. Like, what's the point in putting myself through this emotional roller coaster where it's like, this is what I want to do, and then I leave and I listen to the mix and I'm like, like this sucks.
That's the worst feeling.
But I realize it's life. Where I was at that moment in my life is not where I'm at right now. Where I was battling and struggling with sobriety and just relationship stuff, and my son is constantly growing and evolving, and I'm having to constantly grow and evolve with him, and just uncertainty, things with life. And at the time I was like, I don't like my music, and I realize now it's because like I wasn't at the time happy with life. So I was banking on music to be my happiness. I was banking on like this is gonna be, but just I've healed, and I've grown, and I find my happiness and my love and my peace from just every day, just enjoying it with people. I don't need something to make me happy. Like life makes me happy.
Yes, you're not using anything as a crutch to make you happy.
Exactly. But at that moment, I was like, I'm done making music. Like, this is just so consuming, and it's so just, It's just an
Frustrating.
internal battle.
What?
But that's why this album that came out is so beautiful, because I'm genuinely happy with life, and I think my music resonates with where I'm at in life, because I could talk about my problems because I overcame those, and now here's where I'm at, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this album coming out too, I could tell how excited you were to get it out, and how you say you're gonna talk your shit in this album.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we sat in the studio after the pod, and like we had listened to the whole album with you, like, and that was so sick
Yeah.
to do.
You guys were the first to hear it in its entirety from front and back.
Hell yeah.
Speaking of the album, what song on the album means the most to you? Like, you were asking everybody like what their favorite song was. What's your favorite song?
Mhm.
And then what's one that just means the most to you?
So my favorite song has to be If Only, which is the intro.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Forte, shout out Wave Cartel Beats. Forte produced that beat. The song itself is like, if only they knew, if only she knew, all of these things, all of these plays basically had to happen. The follow through had to happen for the moment to happen. But you guys don't see and understand like all the bullshit that happened in the process. You guys just see the outcome. It's like, you guys have this X, Y, and Z, but you guys had no idea what it took to get X, Y, and Z. And that whole song is basically like, if only they knew, if only she knew, all of these things, watching them follow through. Like, it's a blessing that they did follow through and that they did happen, because I can't control my fate. You know, everything has to happen in its place at the right time for something to be successful. But my favorite song is that one, but the one that means the most to me, I would say, is Bottle Half Empty, which
That song's crazy,
which
bro.
is the outro of the album.
So I like after you had asked, and then like I sat down, like, and I intently listened to every song on the album. Like, Bottle Half Empty is my new favorite song on that. Like, it's so crazy, but like
I appreciate you, man.
like the stuff you say in there is so deep and so personal. Like, I was like, damn, like he's really talking right now. Like, he's really saying some shit. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm gonna see if I can get the lyrics, because it's so funny. I performed all of these last night, but acapella, I can't.
Something
yeah,
about
you have to hear like the music to get you in the mode.
It's on my other phone.
Lala. Do you know the first song you ever remembered to lyric for lyric?
Whoop that trick, dude.
That's the first song. How old were you?
Get him. Get him. Get him.
Okay, so
Hey.
the hook goes, sometimes I sit and wonder how often I've been here before, staring at the ceiling, wonder how they made it out this war. What I'm talking about is sobriety. Like, it was a constant cycle for me where I was doing good, and then a moment of celebration. So for me, sobriety, like, the reason I would drink or smoke or turn up was to celebrate. It wasn't necessarily like it was my crutch for when I was sad. When you're in this industry, there's like records always dropping, there's sponsorships happening, there's successful concerts, there's 300 subscribers on our podcast.
Let's go.
We sold out on our In Blood clothing, and
Let's go.
there's always moments to celebrate. But for me, you're now thinking like weekly, daily. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So and then I get to a point where like I'm literally in bed and I have the spins, or I'm regretting how much I did or whatever, and I'm staring at the ceiling and I'm like, tomorrow is when I'm going to start. Tomorrow is when I'm going to get right back on track. And I every couple months I'd be back in that process, and I literally, it's like sometimes I sit and wonder, let me see. I can't even. Sometimes I sit and wonder how often I've been here before, staring at the ceiling, wonder how they made it out this war. And it's just like an addictive personality is genetic, and I get that from my family and all this stuff. And I was just thinking like how they made it out, because I have some family members who are living successful, and they did have their past and stuff. And that was kind of the inspiration for me. Like, you know, how did they make it out? You know, because it is a war, honestly. But I feel like I made it out in my own way.
Oh yeah, well look at you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like no, but seriously though, like for real though, like you're making big moves, dude. And like you said, like every 3 months we can sit and reflect on like what we just accomplished as a team, or what, you know what I mean? Like what, and then you could like almost just vision what the next step is. Like you could see it already. Like you could see like this is the next chapter. This is where we're gonna get. Like, and you just know what's going to happen at this point. Like and there for sure is like setbacks and whatever, there's trouble and whatever, but like, you know, at the end of the day, like we are gonna get there. We're all gonna get there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, no, and
That's all
like
I
for
can
real
say
though,
is
like,
just, yeah.
and I just like I'm proud of you, man. Like, just it is especially like to be in your shoes, like as an artist, performer, like engineer, always in the studio, like and like artists, like guys, people that like to drink in here. You know what I mean? Like, which is cool, whatever. Like, and like so you're constantly around like something that like you don't want to be a part of anymore. So like to stay sober and stay strong through that, bro. Like that is not an easy task.
It's not, man. Like, I have an addictive personality, and people who have that can really understand what I'm saying. There's moments where I'm literally just like on the freeway driving, and in my mind I'm just like, let's go have one. Some voice is just like, let's go.
Let's do it.
Why do you
bro.
think
This is where you're at in life. Why not?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
do it.
Yeah.
And the thing is, though, is I would always listen to that voice, but now it's like the second that voice comes on, I'm like, I'm analyzing it and watching it. I'm like, what's going? Why are you there? You
Yeah,
know
for
what I'm
real.
saying?
No,
Like,
seriously.
and then I just let it pass. But it's just like, it's so crazy how like, even though my intentions and I'm like, I'm done and everyone around me knows it and I preach my sobriety, there's still like a subconscious voice that's just like, you deserve it.
Take
Yeah,
like it's a weird.
break.
He's just trying to pull you back in.
I think it's like a
Come on,
weird
bro.
human nature thing. Like not human nature, but just like
I don't know what
it's so
it is.
it's so easy to do it.
See, that's the thing is like your mind or your body can fight things that like if you come in contact with like bacteria, your body will fight it for you. If you are in the water too long, your hands start developing grip for you. Like your body works with you. But then sometimes like it's like, why does the mind work against you? You know, like
It's weird,
it's really weird, man.
Mhm.
And
That's actually crazy.
and
to
it's
think
not
about.
your mind in a way. It's like it's legit something else telling you to do.
it's just I don't know. Like
Those intrusive thoughts.
Yeah.
I think there's like multiple thought processes is like your heart and your soul. And I feel like your heart is like what attaches to like feeling. So I feel like your heart just like wants you to feel happy. And that's like, it's just trying to protect you in a way, but then it's conflicting with your soul because inside, you know, like this isn't right. So
Yeah.
it's just a constant battle of just like, you know, but I don't know this year. I keep saying, I don't know, but like my birthday was Monday and my album dropped Monday and I literally, bro, like I'm not even gonna lie to you, Lalo, like legit, there was like so many moments of just emotion and tears and crying, bro, because it's just weird how everybody seemed like collectively to reach out to me and just tell me how they felt all at the same time though. Like,
Yeah.
it's beautiful because like I grew as a person and no one knows that. You know what I'm saying? No one really knows what's really going on inside. But that all this whole year I've just been growing and figuring myself out, and to have like people in my life just like acknowledge it and see it without me having to tell them like this is what's going on. It was just probably one of the most like beautiful moments.
Well, that's love. That's what that is. That's love right there, bro. We're gonna.
It's awesome, man.
Yeah, we're all out here. We support you and we love you, bro. Like, and what's speaking of your birthday, it was also sick that the whole concert saying happy birthday to you.
Yeah, hell yeah, that was
That was
dope.
fire. Was that Young Neves had everybody saying happy birthday?
Bro, I was like, what the hell, man? It's like, are you serious?
Yo, you know, it's like that's the most awkward thing when it's just your family.
Yeah.
And then you have the concert singing happy birthday.
There
Like,
was like
you're
a-
standing like with the hands.
There's
to your
probably
side.
like 75 people.
It was sweet. Well, the Callie and I, our new
Collectively.
thing for happy birthdays at family events and stuff, instead of singing a whole happy birthday, we all just say happy birthday once really loud.
Oh, like a power clap.
Like a power clap.
Oh, that's
happy
sick,
birthday
dude.
on one. Happy birthday.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, just because you know, you just stand there while they sing happy birthday.
When
Yeah.
when's your birthday, Nick? Oh, it just passed.
Yeah, it just passed.
We sing happy birthday to
I
you,
know,
but
we
the
got-
whole time you're
we
singing
got
happy birthday.
Close, like that was cool too. How you dropped the album and the song that we did together, and it's our birthdays, like
Yeah.
pretty close, and we just dropped the song.
Yeah,
Well, next
man.
time everybody sing happy birthday to you, you
Is
should
that
just
'cause of
start
me, love?
twerking.
Twerking. Well,
Yeah.
I have to have some long drinks in me. I'm the best worst dancer.
This is why I say the universe, like, obviously it has a lot to do with you, but like I feel like the universe has like your story already like planned out.
That was deep.
Because I
got me chills.
I had to go through all that crap, all that bullshit,
Yeah.
to come out to like where I'm at right now.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
At the moment, though, I was like, why is this shit happening?
Well,
Yeah.
look at yourself at 13. Like you didn't like
That
that. You don't
too.
like that kid. You hate that
Yeah.
kid. You know what I mean? Like, and you had to go through all your trials and tribulations to be who you are now. Where you could like
Yeah.
introspectively be like, yo, like I'm comfortable right now. Like I'm genuinely vibing with who I am.
Well, even with like this podcast, like me and Nick, we grew up together and then just didn't talk for
apart.
like 20 years, it seemed like. And all of a sudden, like his interest in podcasts and our interest in podcasts brought us back together. And now we're all working together.
Yeah, it's weird.
Like we're building something. Like, and me and Nick have shared interests. We're both musicians, and we both decided to randomly create podcasts by ourselves. And now it brought us back here. Now we have a record out and we're podcast together. You know what I'm
I know you
saying?
broke my record virginity.
Good, bro.
Let's go.
But that's what I'm
Keep it.
saying. Like, what are the odds that happened right there?
I know,
No,
that was
really, yeah,
weird.
it's crazy. Like, universe is crazy.
It's crazy. And I say that
At
a lot,
the end
but
of the universe.
my lady says maybe it's not crazy, and it's just like that's just how it is and how it has to happen. At the end of the end, we're performing at the and all of our shows are at the lounge at the end of the universe.
Can we just collectively say universe is crazy on 3?
1, 2, 3? The universe is crazy.
And happy birthday to whoever had her happy birthdays. Through the 22nd to the 24th. No, it's true though. Like, it is kind of ironic that we're at the end of the universe.
You know what else is weird is I told Cruz that you dropped your album on the 26th and you turned 26.
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah.
That's some good.
No, we had this show on the 26th.
Yeah.
And the deluxe came out on the 26th. You guys want to know something else that's crazy?
What's up? This is a segment
Yo,
for What's Crazy.
Things that be happening are just weird, dude. Because they be like,
They just align.
yeah, they
I like how I'm not crazy no more because I've always said this. I'm always
You've been
like,
saying
dude,
it for
this is weird. This is too.
You're the guy with the sign, be like, it's
this
happening.
This is too ironic, and no one else really kind of saw it. But now it's kind of like things are kind of weird, man. Like my album, I already had 8 tracks in mind for like months ago, and I'm like, my birthday's coming up. Might as well just drop it on my birthday.
Mhm.
So my birthday's 8/22/22. If you add the 2 2s, it's 4 or it's 4 2s, so that's 8. So August 8th, 8, and then there's 8 tracks. So that's 8 8 8 3 3 8s.
Yep, the 3 8s.
And then I look up what is 3 8s, and it's like the angel number for the 8s is like change, and it symbolizes growth, and everything that you've gone through in your past has had to happen so you can get to this point in life.
come on, let's go, dude. God damn.
And now put your government names.
You got,
And I'm like,
got
everything
chills,
that I
got
just
chills.
said on this podcast
Scared as fuck.
is the growth and the change that had to happen in my life.
Yeah.
And I didn't plan it. Like, that's literally how I wanted my album on my birthday,
Yeah.
and I wanted 8 songs, and I already had 8 songs, and it's just 8 8 8, and it's like, this is the time when money's gonna start coming in, but don't let it feed your ego. Let it, and that's exactly what we're doing.
Yo, can I say something else that's crazy? If you put all the letters to your name, it's 8.
Cruz Rios.
Yeah.
Yeah,
8.
it's 8.
It's 8.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Nikki's in the back.
See, dude. What's happening?
Yeah.
That's so badass, though.
I need Phil.
It's crazy. That's all I can say, man.
I have a question of like running a business and stuff. Like, how do you balance everything with family? And like, do you make schedules, or do you like make sure you have at least to have a day with someone?
Yeah. So,
Because I'm just like, you're a busy person.
Yeah.
Like, just to make sure everyone's like not make sure everyone's taken care of, I guess.
You're filling everybody's cup.
Yeah.
what I do is so Sunday to Wednesday are my days to work. So,
Okay.
last Sunday, I was literally here from like 9 a.m. to 12 at night. It was insane, but it wasn't planned that way. I had work, and then we filmed, and then I had some sessions, and then another artist booked out, and then that session went so well that we just kept going.
Mm.
And by the time I knew it, I was here for like 15 hours on Sunday.
This music.
Yeah, and then Sunday, basically Sunday through Wednesday is like 7 a.m. to like 10 o'clock at night. And it's not a good, healthy schedule right now. But then Thursday through Saturday is strictly family. So like if there's anything
Okay.
needed, studio time, Nikki has you covered. If there's any questions I need answered, like we have the right people now. But before it was me trying to just balance hats, and everything is calm now. But for a few years it was like,
It was rough.
I'm sure there's some struggles with that. Like,
that's it. It was very hard because like I have, and I'll use LALO as an example. Like LALO is in charge of the podcast. LALO, anything that I have, like, let's do this different, let's do that different, I'll talk to LALO. But the thing is like, he's also my brother-in-law, and he's also my brother. Like, he's genuinely probably one of the like few people who've like genuinely held me down, even when I was at my worst. And I have to balance that relationship where it's like, I need to see you as business, but I also need to take that off, turn that off, and still have this relationship.
Family.
So I'm trying to balance that too now, where it's like, when we leave the studio, let's just go have fun. But when it's time for business, it's time for business. And I've noticed that like that's kind of the formula. We'll mix business with pleasure sometimes, but it's like there's like a level of respect and there's a level of maturity. And I think that's why our whole process is working so well, is because we all have that. We are
Right.
all understanding like, okay, when it's time for business, it's time for business. And then when it's time to, have fun and turn that off, it's time for that too. But yeah, I also noticed this too with like depression. It's very good to have a list, create yourself a checklist, because when you cross it off, you get a little bit of
Feels good.
dopamine. You get a little bit of like satisfaction,
Yeah.
even when it's little tasks like send emails. Because I mean, I also have to do that because there's like, I can't remember everything, but I notice like there's some sort of reward factor to doing that. So every day I'll create like, by the time like it's time to work, I'll have like 10 things on that list to do. But it could be from finalize an edit to send a file to follow up on a conversation, because that's how many things are happening per day. But just be able to like itemize a list, it makes things so much easier, honestly.
Oh, I heard that too. Like lists are just make some lists. Lists are good.
Lists are very good, honestly.
And it's just like gives you, like you said, reward. It's just like, it's almost like a little pat on the back, like you did it.
Yeah.
You're not lazy.
I would also say to get a team that you can delegate to. So
Yeah, that's
people
important.
who you don't have to be the one going to every meeting. And there was this moment too in my life. There was a moment where I'm like, we were doing something so insane, because I was out in Portland filming for Dami, one of his music videos. Nikki was at the Knitting Factory with Pike Not Mike, filming him opening up for 10K Cash. One of our artists just dropped the record at that same time too. Like, this is how a team's supposed to be. Like,
Yeah.
we're thousands of miles away, but we're still operating and working. And
Yeah, every gear is still turning.
Yeah.
podcast still got filmed and recorded and uploaded on the same day.
Exact day.
Like, I was like, we're ready.
My favorite part about
We're ready.
the team too on the stage was the other artists singing the other artists' songs word for word. That's my favorite thing too.
It's so cool, man. Because you can only ask, or you can only hope for that,
Yeah.
and for it to happen by itself is beautiful, because we're all rappers with egos.
Facts.
Our face and our voice is our brand.
You have aliases.
And seriously, and to see that was like, man, like there's no like, there is egos, but to an extent where it's like, I don't care that much. I'm gonna sing your song. I'm gonna turn that off, and I'm gonna
Vibe.
show the world that I
Yeah.
support you.
Well, it's cool. Like the openers, you still have the, later on artists like are still like they're cheering them on. Like they're not just in the green room chilling. Like they're still supporting people, whoever's on stage.
And that's something we've spoke about before. Is like my favorite part about being a part of this team is that everyone just vibes together. Everyone's cool. Everyone's like, it's so cool to be a part of. Like, it's fun. It makes everything
Yeah.
fun, dude. Like,
Yeah, I took a step back yesterday watching like the whole show and seeing all the people dancing and enjoying themselves and having fun. I looked at my lady, because me and my lady have been together for 11 years. So she's been there. She's seen everything, the ups and downs, the good, the bad, the ugly.
the very beginning of it all.
Very beginning of everything. She was like, what Wave is now was the idea that I had 10 years ago when I was talking to her about it. So she was like, she's always been there. And I look at her and I'm like, this is so crazy. Like, all of this came from like that conversation.
For real, no. Seriously.
And to see hundreds of people, to see a venue operating with security, to see like the right people are like in place to make this thing possible. And we throw some of the best organized, secure, fun parties in
Oh, yeah.
Boise.
It was
hands
safe.
down.
It was cool.
It's the real deal.
Wave Media, hands down. You can ask anybody about our shows, and everyone will tell you it's fun,
top notch.
top notch.
I just love the
fun, energy,
professional.
vibes. You will never hear anything about I felt unsafe or uncomfortable. Like, we make sure everyone's taken care of. We make sure all of our team is hydrated and
Oh, for real.
energy drinks or
Pee
alcohol,
breaks.
whatever you need. Like, and I was just looking at my lady and I'm just like, this is insane. Like, it's working. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
it's
Like,
funny. It's funny too. When we moved from the garage and how you were getting emotional on your last time. You look like
Dude.
Fresh Prince in there. Just
Yes.
looking around. But it's like now it's just cool with your lady like to see like look where we're at.
Yeah, and that I had that moment finally yesterday. Mind you, we've been in the studio since March of this year,
Yeah.
and I have never had that moment where it's like, "Fuck!" Like this
Here we
is
are.
insane. And I've everyone because when we first moved in here, and then because we moved in here a week before we did Wayfest in March of this year, and Wayfest was a complete sellout.
Wayfest was fucking crazy.
I'll just the amount of like success that show had is still trickling down to where we're at in August of 2020.
Yeah, for
like
real.
that's
People still
that's
talk
a
about it.
huge timeline. But like everyone asked me, how does it feel to be out of your garage? How does it feel to have your LLC? How does it feel? And I haven't taken it in because it's like that's just the beginning. We now have people's eyes and attention. It's like we now have an LLC. But all that is just a paper. Like that doesn't guarantee money or guarantee events or success. So like even this place, it's like, how do you feel about being in here? It's like we now have a monthly rent. Like it feels great.
We got a bill.
But we got to make sure that we have enough monthly income to afford this. Like, and now where we're at in August and to see like we've been able to generate income. We've been able to keep the lights on. We've been able to get sponsors. We've been able to we're 3-0 on events. I had my moment finally yesterday, and I'm just like, damn, like we are in this.
Well, that's cool about you guys too. You guys don't settle like after having a studio. Like, sweet, we did it, but like it's like almost like the quarterback theory of like you guys have a short, like that was fun, but on to the next one.
Yeah,
Right,
like it's cool though that you just keep hustling. It's like
real quick before I just have to like address something, dude, because I got beef with Pike, not Mike, dude.
oh no.
Let's talk about
I would never in my life. What's up? In my life, drink a beer through a glizzy, dude.
Oh, dang! He kind of like he's straight up.
He threw an alley oop for everyone just to crap on me.
He said legit, not verbatim, but he's like I don't even know who.
You know who you are.
He said that's what he said.
What were you?
This
Did
is
you
LALO.
have a hot dog in your hand when you read it?
I put it down.
Okay, so I'll paint the picture. So Pike posted a story of a guy at a baseball game with this straw,
that video.
sticking a hole through the hot dog, and then making the hot dog a straw. He put this hot dog in the beer and was drinking his beer out of a glizzy.
Because first a Twizzler, like a Twizzly, you know,
That's
that was
fire.
cool. But now the glizzy, I don't know.
I'm just gonna say. So me and Pike got beef.
But then again, I kind of my sick mind. I know where that guy's coming from because I do the Subway sandwich with cookies. So I like get it.
How do you guys think that would taste though?
That can't taste like because
The glizzy straw,
The
awful.
glizzy
'Cause
straw
literally
with beer though.
hot dog water. That's not
It
the
probably is,
It's
honestly.
not the best thing.
I would
he's
never-
probably drinking Bud Light, to be honest.
Yeah, or like
Yeah.
Coors. No, that guy looks like he drinks like Bush Light. Or
He needs to
something.
drink long drink, man.
He does need long.
Speaking of long drink, this is my
Ooh.
first time doing a sponsorship.
Let's go.
but
Throw it up,
Yeah.
dude.
Sponsor or shout out to our sponsor, the Long Drink, the Finnish Legend of 1952. You guys can find it in all gas stations right now. You guys can also find it at the lounge at the end of the universe.
Ooh.
And yeah,
And
drink responsibly, 21 and older.
Please drink responsibly.
Please,
Speaking of the long drink, you guys know that it F's.
it F's. Yes,
You guys don't know what else F's.
What else? Now?
you.
Here, I got a good one,
What?
dude.
Wait, what, Nikki?
We're doing the what ifs.
Oh, then yeah. I got a good one, dude. And so I had to give a shout out to Anna because like she was like, you know what F's? When you come home from camping, finally get to take a comfortable poo on your own toilet.
Yes.
Oh my God, that F's so hard,
Yes.
dude. That's not mine, but I had to put it out into the universe because like it deserved love. So shout out to Anna for that what F's because that was a good one.
That's a good F.
That is a good F.
I'm gonna think.
My what F's
Your
though
what F's?
is after a long day's work, dude, coming home and kicking your boots off. Oh my
Oh
God, dude. I can feel it right now. It feels so good.
You're right. I mean, sometimes those boots be. It's weird because they're comfortable, but then not at the same
Oh,
time.
dude, here's the first thing I do. I come home because I got like slippy cowboy
It's almost
boots
like
to
taking
work.
off a bra after. And
I
like,
just
you
do
take off a bra,
one
or
foot to the
boots.
heel and I just kick them off, dude.
Oh,
good
hell
idea,
yeah.
dude.
I'm trying to think what F's. Do you have one?
See, I was thinking of a weird F. But like, it's nice when you go to someone else's house and they have a cushioned toilet seat for some reason.
You like that?
I like that.
I hate
It's
that.
usually at a grandma's house.
Have you seen the toilet seats that have the crochet knitted covers?
The covers.
No.
Yeah,
That's a thing.
It's gross.
it is.
I mean,
gross.
you might see it at my
It's
house.
a fuzzy toilet seat.
Oh yeah, you can't get fuzzy toilet seats. Anything with fuzz, you can't do fuzz in a
So-
bathroom.
I'm thinking of 2 Fs right now.
Oh, got two. Let's
So for me,
Fs, right.
doing like a long day of fishing or camping, and the second you get into the car and you take your shoes off, because for some reason every time I go fishing, I always get like dirt and stuff on my shoes.
go. Mhm.
That moment of just taking all that off and just getting clean, that F's for me.
That does F.
And then going on a long road trip and you see the time to get home from 1 hour to 59 minutes. That F's for me.
Damn, that does F
Fif-
hard.
yeah, when you see that you're under
That's
the
pretty
hour
tight.
mark finally.
That's always cool.
Yeah.
Freaking speaking, what F'd one time on my, I think it was on my 14th birthday. It was I think I said this before, but like I was in Japan. It was my birthday, and I flew to America, and it was my birthday again because Japan's a day ahead, so I celebrated my birthday twice.
That F's hard.
Yeah,
2 free Dutch bros.
2 free
bro.
Dutch bros.
That's awesome.
It was crazy though. I was like, it was cool though because just I turned 14 twice.
You want to know what doesn't
How old
F?
are you really then?
I don't know.
You-
I don't even know, man.
You wanna know
You're
what-
40.
What doesn't F?
What doesn't F?
Dutch bros.
Dang.
They used to be able to hold on.
Yeah.
You used to be able to go to every single Dutch Bros and get a free birthday drink.
Oh, they shut that
now you
down.
got to do it by the app, and they scan your app, and that's it.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember like having like 35 Dutch Bro drinks.
You're
You
just
went
like this.
across the whole valley. You're in Ontario getting your birthday drink.
Also, I want to say another touchy moment. For my birthday, I wanted to go to Quiznos, and there's no more Quiznos anymore.
Ah, dude.
Not even the one all the way out here?
Yeah, it's closed. Permanent.
No
Yeah.
way.
So the guy never got your name. You had a bull haircut. Just
I love
thinking
you.
about you.
Dude, I
Just
wanted to pull up and play Rock Band with you. So
Oh,
bad.
it was a free invitation.
I literally left here like at
you leave
10:30,
yeah.
11 o'clock at night, and I was like, man, I really wish I could have.
I know that sounds like so much
I mean,
fun.
you're 4 minutes away.
I know, dude.
You go.
We should do something soon and just bust out.
I'm just telling you, Rock Band. You could even Rock Band's cool because you could have 20 people over, and you're just rocking out with like you have the Beatles.
Yeah.
Right in front of
What's
you.
better though, Rock Band or Guitar Hero?
I think
Because
Guitar-
I've never played Rock Band.
Guitar Hero was like they walk so Rock Band could run.
Really?
So
Oh,
I
yeah.
give Guitar Hero respect, but like Rock Band, you're a legit band with your friends. Like it's the same all.
It's the exact
mechanisms and
same
everything.
concept,
Yeah,
right?
everything except for Guitar Hero was just out of this world when it first came out.
Yo, guitar.
That
Hero
red
is
guitar.
legendary, dude.
Dude, oh my god! I
was-
Remember you had to take the guitar like this and turn it up.
On-
You got that star power.
Yeah,
Oh.
exactly. On TikTok, it was cool. The first 2 Guitar Heroes, they didn't have enough money to license, so every single song is a cover. And you see them all just doing studio, and it's a cover. the whole
I
thing.
feel like
that's cool.
I feel like there's not something like that right now, where everyone's collectively doing the same thing at the same time. Like there's so many different games and systems, and
Well, games are a lot of solo players now too. Like you can't co-op.
Yeah, there's
games
no more.
anymore.
There's no more couch co-op
Or
It's-
split screen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
couch co-op
but
is
like
dead.
I'm pretty sure there was a moment where everyone in the world is playing Guitar Hero.
It's I wouldn't doubt it.
I wish everyone was still playing Guitar Hero all over the world.
I don't get why they would stop too.
Yeah, seriously.
Is that cool? Like
Because
VR Rock Band would be dope.
Do you guys think VR is gonna really hit though?
Oh, VR's gonna F.
VR F's hard,
Dude,
bro. It's so
but do you
much
think
fun.
it would just be like a niche market where it's just
I
like
see what you mean.
it's only like it's just over here. It's
Yeah.
not going to become like complete mainstream.
I don't
No,
know.
I think it's gonna take that step to become mainstream.
Even
like-
think of like Heatwave VR. Like someone's at
See,
home.
I've thought
and they could
about
put on
that.
the-
I've also thought about live streaming the events and like having that as like its own separate ticket. But the thing is like people's attentions. I don't know. I don't think they would sit like this and just watch a 9-hour show.
Well, yeah,
plus
because you
too-
could like stream like those like Lollapalooza and stuff, and like, but nobody wants to do that.
Even
It's
that
not because you're
is-
not. Then I
Nobody
get your
wants
point.
to do that.
But
even that is the mics are isolated, so you only hear the artist. You don't hear like the crowd. So it's like make some noise, and it's just
unless you put
dead air.
unless you put mics around. Like I don't know. But then
Mic,
again, too,
mic up people in the crowd.
yeah. Like but then
Nikki
again,
has ideas.
but we're too. Huh?
Oh, I thought you were shaking your head like you got an idea.
Oh, no, I said,
Oh, the crowd was.
But then again, with VR too, I think we're still so early.
Yeah.
Like
Honestly.
our grandparents, they don't know shit about VR, and they don't. Even, people are falling, breaking hips.
The reason I
dude, so
ask is
funny.
like it's just an add-on to everything else. It's not its like own thing.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
it's I say it's gonna be a good tool for the new
Yeah,
technology coming out.
I could see that.
Like think of movies too, just so like the Top Gun movie, like the 4D now experience or something. Like how if when the jet took off, they have wind blowing into your face in the movie theaters and
It
stuff.
spray smells.
So if you put like a VR on, you could be like in the movie. I don't know, but this the stuff like that technology.
Yeah.
I'm scared. I'm excited for. I'm always in the mood to talk about future like inventions and stuff because I don't know because how our like the younger generation has like iPads at 3, and like if I had an iPad at 3, like what's your opinion on that stuff?
It's good. Like, and it's great because my son is so advanced, and I'm not like gonna sit here and take full credit for it. Like, it's probably some part of it's genetics, but also he's 6 right now, and he has an iPhone. There's no like actual service on it. It's Wi-Fi only, but he was able to navigate and figure out how to like call people and text people and figure out how to operate that phone without me sitting there and telling him, okay, this icon, you use this to do this. No, like he can make the connections. I think it's a good tool, but I think people definitely abuse it. Like,
Yeah,
give it to them in small amounts and then let them get comfortable, but then take it away. Don't let it become a part of like their day-to-day routine.
yeah,
Like, people thought I was crazy for giving my 6-year-old son a phone, but think about it. My son he spent the night at his uncle's house.
yeah.
He has the ability to call me, to text me, to tell me anything at that moment. Like, that level of communication with my son, like, I wish I had that with my parents.
100%.
And I'm just literally a one button away.
Yeah, it's like if it's there, like why not have it?
But the thing is, though, is like a 6-year-old being able to like operate this operating like system.
Yeah,
He's so like any kid doing that. Imagine just the level of like, if he gets into coding, like he'll understand it on a whole different level. Because at the time when he was 6, he was able to figure out applications and what each thing does. Like, that's why I think it's good to implement technology and not. I know some people, and I respect what they decide too, but some people don't give screen time at all to their kids.
Yeah.
And I mean, that could be good too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's all about how you want to parent.
I think that like to keep that away is just like you're not allowing the next generation to advance.
Yes.
Because we are different from our parents. We grew up completely different. And
Big
our
time.
kids are going to grow up completely different from us because
Insane,
what they
yeah.
have access to is so much greater.
plus
And-
the developing mind.
Exactly.
is gone.
So like they're learning to do more. They're going to be smarter.
Yes.
And they're going to be more advanced in every situation. Like I think like with like the proper amount of like, you have to be a parent though with the stuff you like that. You can't just like let your iPad, whatever your phone parent your child. Like
Yes.
you still
You
have
need
to
to
be
still
you
parent, yeah.
still have to be present. But I think it's very important because like, or they're going to be behind because every other kid
Yeah.
has an iPad. Every kid has a phone, whatever. Like it's important for them to take these steps. Like it's just what the future is.
It's just a weird way of that's how it is.
Yeah,
And-
we're not our kids. Like it's the
Yeah.
future.
The
It's
thing
future,
also
man.
is kids are going to do whatever they want,
also that.
no matter what. And it's
Yeah.
like, am I going to be a part of that? Or is my son going to develop like a second life?
well, that's us too.
I never want that.
And yeah, that's the thing is like, you could restrict and you could enforce and you could do all this
be the
stuff,
law.
but your kid is still going to be its own person and they're going to still want to do whatever's their interest, even if that means going behind your back.
Facts.
Which
Might
is-
as well be a part of the journey and know and allow it. You know what I'm
You're
saying?
preaching.
Like, because when my son becomes a teenager and actually does have a phone that has service, he'll understand like no screen time after 8. And it won't be like, but I just got it. You're going to take it away from me. Like, he now knows, like, even now at 6, no screen time after a certain time, and he's okay with it. So when he becomes a teenager, it's not going to be like this.
He's not
huge,
relying
like,
on it.
Like
F you, Dad.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not going to just get this device and just be so attached to it because
He's had it since he was 6.
Yes, even now he just doesn't care for
Yeah, he's
it.
like, whatever,
There's
man.
moments where he does care for it, but then there's moments where it's just like, Mom, can you bring the phone when you pick me up from school? She's like, yeah, sure. But then there's days where he just doesn't care for it.
What's
He's
funny,
responsible.
At that age, he's like bored of the phone. He's like, I don't want it. I don't need it.
Dude. Well, speaking of like going behind people's backs, were you ever like a big sneaker outer as a kid?
Oh,
Just remember your mom's listening.
I was too scared to sneak out.
So honestly, my childhood was weird though, because like in 8th grade, we would be at like a recording studio till like 10 o'clock at night, and everyone with us were like all the same age. So we got to like really experience life, you know, like we would go to the studio, get McDonald's, and come back home, and we would be like outside on the trampoline till like, you know, whenever. Like I grew up really fast, you know?
Right.
So like I was just literally in 8th grade, like at meetings with like grown adults trying to figure out concerts and figure out, like I almost got signed by like a record label when I was in 8th grade. And that moment right there opened my eyes too, because it was, I wouldn't say it was a scam. The dude promised a lot, didn't deliver, but what he did deliver on really delivered. So, you know, like he definitely helped me out. But that right there, that moment showed me like
You can't trust everybody.
well, yeah, but it also showed me how to do that and how to operate like that.
Okay.
Wanting to sign people, wanting to get them motivated, but I never wanted to sell stories or like sell fairy tales, like promising people. I don't promise people anything. I promise them resources and that's it. But I would say though, I was like scared always to like sneak out and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Like,
I hear stories about kids like my friends like, oh, I was like, what the hell?
it's
bro?
weird, bro. I hear and see kids all the time doing stuff like that, and I'm like, bro, like this world is so scary. You have no idea like what's around the corner, and you're just just naive to it.
And talking about like being a parent now, like say like Ezra wanted to be a rapper, right? Would you let him go through that same journey as you did, like at in 8th grade, like out in the studio with you, like till whatever hour, and like just kind of like giving him free range, or like would you be more like, let's just operate at normal hours? Like what would you let him take the same path as you, like in the same steps? Like
okay, so like here's where I'm at. So my son is very into Pokemon cards. He's very into streaming. He wants to be like you guys, podcasters. He wants to be like me and Nikki, rappers. Like he's a sponge and he loves it. But he's also 6. So it's like, are you still going to have this passion when you're 13? And that's where I'm at, is because like he wants a YouTube channel so bad. And I have all the resources to provide that. But it's like, and here's like, it's a real life situation for me, because it's like, do I support his dreams and help him with what he wants? Or do I just let this moment pass? Because what if it's not what he wants? And now there's all this content of him. And that's also, as a parent, like, do you want your son or your kid who's 6 years old to be on the internet? But he every day wakes up, has different ideas for shows.
I love that.
He has taste test challenges, and he curates, or what is it? Curates concepts and ideas, and he helped me create the logo. Like we literally opened up Pokemon cards in the car, and he was like, why don't we make a channel? Because we would like get in the car, put the phone up, and pretend like we have our own channel. He's like, how come we don't do that? And I was pretending, and I'm like, let's do it, you know, let's create a logo. And then we created the logo, and he sat there, picked the colors, picked the theme, picked the name of our channel. And I'm like, dude, this kid's really serious about this. Mm-hmm. Next day, he's like, what are we going to do for intro music? And I'm like, oh, this wasn't just a phase. Like, this wasn't just like, you know, just an idea. We created the intro music. That same week, we filmed our first video. And after we've got done filming, he went and sat down at the chair and watched the entire episode.
Bomb ass intro too.
And he's like,
It's sick.
when can we, like, what day should we film?
Oh, that's
I
so
love it.
badass.
He's like,
I love it.
I don't want to miss filming because of school. So like, what day could we film?
Aw.
And I'm just like, I'll let you know. And a week passed, and it's the same drive and energy and focus. And
I think you gotta tap in.
I
that's
say
the
tap
thing.
in, but
It's
like it's cool because say if he does phase out of it, I don't think he actually be phased. He's just like, I want to do something on it, but just not Pokemon. But I still want to do it with you.
Yeah.
Like I want to try something even,
Yeah.
well, not more adult, but like I want.
Also, there's that too. Like you're literally like putting your guys' like relationship and love and passion into the universe that it could never be taken away.
Yeah.
So, and that is something like I'll cry about right now. It's so special and it's so cool.
I genuinely think that kid's gonna be super successful. I think he's gonna, because honestly, like he sees what we're doing and he did it, and he's like, that was so easy. Like to make a logo and to like all it took was like a few hours. And mind you, he's 6. He could have easily been like, this is boring, I'm gonna go watch cartoons, or
Yeah.
I'm gonna play on my Switch. No, he sat there by my laptop. We were up until like 11 o'clock at night and we were just like editing, and he was just watching me. Like it was fun for him. That's why I know that there's something there. But like I said, like he's 6, so it's like, are you still gonna be this passionate when you're 13 and all your friends see your 6-year-old
video?
You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
I watch videos of me when I was 13 and I'm like, holy crap, dude, like that is super cringe.
Hey,
But
but that's part of life.
But that's where you come in, because you're coaching him so he's not a super cringe or whatever, you know. And then also that, like, you don't have videos when you were 6 and high quality cameras either, you know what I mean? Like,
Or
Yeah.
you have legit production. As a
Yeah.
6. You're not recording on a potato phone.
I would say though, Ezra is credited on so for Heatwave, I did individual marketing for each artist. So we had the main flyer. There was 12 artists, but each artist had its own individual Instagram video.
Oh yeah.
Ezra's credited on doing one of those videos. He literally got the photo and he photoshopped the entire background out by himself.
it was cool. It was sick. You seen that video?
He's like zooming in on the trackpad.
Wow.
2 fingers moving it down, going up to the eraser, making it bigger, cutting out the background, making the eraser smaller, zooming in on where like the body and the background are, and just tracing it.
Yeah.
And I watched him the entire time. And I didn't coach him. I didn't tell him what to do. It was from us doing his logo. And he's like, did it right when he was done, like with the last erasing thing. He looked at me like with so much joy and was like, I did it. And I was like, oh my God.
That's the future, man.
Dude,
He's
like
the
when you
future.
wanna
Like
work.
these kids are the future.
No.
Well, it's
dude.
cool though.
That's
in
what
your
happens.
in your
It's
position
insane.
too, though. I respect it so much too, because your kid could just say, I want to do this, and you could not put in 100. Like, it's different though, because you're your dad, right? But like, you want to surround yourself with people that, when you have dreams and ideas, you don't want to be like, are you sure? Like, you help them,
Yeah.
or you try it, like, because you don't like. I've had the same experience where like I want to do like certain things and stuff, and you have people surround you sometimes be like, are you sure you want to do this? Is this a good idea? Like, who would do, like, listen to that or something?
And
Like, you want to be with people, like a team, like, hey,
Oh yeah.
let's do this shit. Like,
And
or
that's
You
you-
just
have to get those people out of your life.
yeah.
that's the thing too, is this music thing. Like I legit had family tell me like to not do this.
Yeah.
And I was a teenager. The moment where I was like super influenced, and people's opinions and thoughts can literally alter like how I see things.
Yeah.
And I legit had people that I loved and look up to. And I get it. It was out of love and it was a good place, but it was like, don't do this music thing. I've had friends who have devoted their entire lives to this and not achieve anything. Don't, like, it's a waste of time.
Yeah.
And I took that as like a
Motivation.
drive.
Yeah.
And I have a song like,
Yeah, that's what I say. I heard you say some bars about that.
yeah. Unk said to Unk said to put the pen down or something, and now we pick the coupe for the different
Yeah.
routes or something. Like I was just like,
I think
Yeah.
that's something like that frustrates me so much, is like like about family or friends, whatever. Like if someone has a passion, bro, how dare you put
Yeah.
water on that fire?
Well, you put
how dare you do that,
your
bro?
son. You could have
Yeah.
been like, not no to the Pokemon channel, but like then you're
Like,
your-
are you serious?
Your son already puts doubt in himself. Like, oh, should I
Yeah.
do it then? Like,
Yeah.
it's like you could, like, it could not be a good idea, but like you're helping them. Like,
Yeah.
you have to.
let's try at least try it.
When you see that passion from people, you have to put water on that flower with them. You have to nurture that, because like they're already putting themselves in a vulnerable situation, like talking about it, right? Because like no, everyone's afraid of rejection or failure. So like when they're out there like putting themselves out there into the universe, like you have to nurture that flower. Like
Yeah.
it's such a disgusting, ugly thing to like I said, put water on the fire. That's so gross to do that to people. It's like I will never do that to anybody. Like if you have an idea, like cool, bro. Like
yeah.
If it
like,
doesn't work, it
that's
doesn't
yeah,
work.
that's sick. You should definitely 100% try that.
That's why I'm telling you, bro, Ezra's going to become like just successful just because he believes 100% that anything he wants to do, like he could do.
Facts.
There's nothing holding him back, and he's witnessed it. You know.
And like having that mindset young is important because like when he fails, he knows that's not the end of the road.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, that's cool. Like that didn't work out. Whatever. I need to adjust or tweak this. And like that's hard for even like most like people to even have that like mentality. Like,
Yeah.
so that's sick, man. Like you just instill that in your kids young. Like everybody should.
Yeah.
And
But
go on, Chris.
what's beautiful about that though is the way my relationship is with my son is the way my relationship is with this entire team.
Mm.
Like if there's any ideas that we have, we literally figure it out, and if it's something that we want to focus on, we'll focus on it. And we're all character building right now.
Oh, facts.
We're all in character development right now. Like,
Yeah.
It's the
And-
coolest thing because like I've had like ideas like super excited about like like having that guest come on, like, you know, it's kind of, and like no, that'd be sick. Like and like that, like it's just any type of validation feels good, like, you know what I mean. When it comes,
Yeah.
but when it comes from the team of collective creatives, like, and you know, like, yo, that's fire, like that hits that F's,
Yeah.
that F's.
Yeah, because what we're the industry that we're in, it's all uncertainty, man. Like we're doing this show right now, we have no idea how good it's gonna be. Like we're spending hours and hours a week, but there's no promise of like a return.
Yeah, exactly.
But we believe in it so much that we're still doing it, and we're still treating this professionally. And
Or if something
Yeah.
comes up, we make sure to fill in spots and just be like, we want to do this. We wanna
imagine
do
when we get to that level of like 1 million episode or 1 million streams per episode.
this. Yeah.
We're gonna be operating the same way. We're operating as if we're at that place,
Yeah.
and we get a couple hundred listeners per week, which is beautiful. We
Yeah.
love it so much.
Oh,
Thank
yeah,
you for wanting this to listen to us.
But the way we are operating and our minds right now, like it's as if we've already achieved that.
Mhm,
So when we
right.
get to that point, nothing's gonna change.
That's fair.
Even with our shows,
yeah, exactly.
like there's a level of respect I give every artist, and there's like if there was a 10,000 people out there or 100, like we brought the same energy, and we operated the same way with security, with just everything for 100 people. Imagine 10,000 people. It's gonna be the same way.
I'll tell you right now, dude, if there's 10,000 people, I don't know if I'm gonna work the door.
Yeah,
That's a
universe
lot.
need to get bigger.
That's a lot of dude. That's a lot.
Nikki
dude.
shaking his
Yeah,
head.
me,
Nah, by
me and Nikki
then-
not at the door, bro.
By then we'll have everything.
Yeah,
in
working the door was
place.
Hey, we'll have-
was actually mad fun because like people were like, "Hey, you did the podcast?" I'm like, "Yeah, I do the podcast, man. That's me.
AI,
I'm the bald 40-year-old guy who does a podcast." Yeah, that's me.
AI security. There we go.
I do want to say though, before, I don't know how long we've been going, but before we wrap up, I want to give a huge shout out to Nikki. I say this time and time again. None of this would be possible without him. I've been doing this for so many years, and there was one conversation, one moment in mine and Nikki's relationship that changed literally everything. There was one conversation, and after that moment, we've never looked back. But all it took was me planting a seed in someone, and they like make it flourish, and they add to it and water it themselves. And where we're at now is all like, it took a lot of development and growth for Nikki to be where he's at with this company. But none of this, like, I cannot stress enough, like, none of this would be possible without Nikki. Like, all it took was him understanding and believing in himself and this company to fully invest in this team. And that's what allowed us to give us a push to actually get to the next step. And we finally got to the next step. And now it's like everything's getting paid back tenfold. But it was because of that initial, like, we were in the studio and he became a 10% investor. Now he's actually co-owner. But at the time it was, I believe in you, man. I'm going to give you X amount of money per month. Use that for what I trust you. Use that money to build this company.
Yeah.
And that right there, that little seed is what allowed us to get to this point. But all it took was that, you know, like,
Hey,
People
it's
don't-
supporting your dreams.
people don't understand. Like, I've had so many people come and go in and out of my life that, like, I see you, good job, you know, great job. He was the first person to be like, I see you, let me help you. And here's $300. It's not a lot of money, but here's $300. This is all I can do right now. Take this and just do whatever you can with it. We got more cameras, we got more lights, we got more mics, we got it, the switcher. We, you know, whatever he put in, I put in. And we were able to slowly, bit by bit, get this podcast to where it's at, get our mics upgraded, get marketing better, get better cameras, better lenses. Like it took that someone to be like, I see you. And now I'm like, fuck, someone finally sees me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And to have him by my side, everything that happens within this company, it goes by me and him bouncing ideas off. It goes, Heatwave was a super success. Love everyone who came out. We're going to meet after this and we have our next one. We got to plan it, flyers, tickets, the vibe of the party. It's just me and him, you know?
Yeah.
And we got Rob, who's our DJ, who actually makes the vibe and the parties happen. And now he's a part of it. And, you know, but I want to give him his flowers too, because he's very, very silent. He's very like in his own bubble. Like he doesn't say things unless he like gets asked.
Or turns into Little Mexico.
But there's a lot that people wouldn't know if I wasn't the one telling them about Nicky. Nicky's very just to himself, head down and just busting shit out. But people don't know that like he's right there with me on everything that we do, everything that happens within this company. It's me and him like figuring it out. And mind you, me and him have no experience on how to run businesses.
That's so nuts, man. I know the stuff that you guys do every day.
Like,
surprises me.
we create our own schedules. We make ourselves have meetings at 8 a.m. for no reason. But it's like it feels right. It feels right to, instead of being out all night drinking, let's wake up early in the morning and have meetings. And we do that. And it's like, let's have brand ambassador meetings. Let's have street team meetings. And it's like, the fact that we even could have that, people believe in us that much, is beautiful within itself. But we're just literally like taking bits and pieces from other companies. And I see how Apple markets all their iPhones. I'm saying too much right now.
No. Close that, dude.
I
Save it for the Patreon.
Keep that inside.
All I'm saying is like, we are just trial and error, and we're just figuring out what works and what doesn't work, and
Just
we go back to the
applying
drawing
pressure. Well,
board. And
It shows though.
it does, man. But
And I'm very jealous of Nicky because he's very young, and at that age, I think I was just
Learning to J it.
Yeah, I was learning different ways to J it.
he reminds me.
Huh?
What'd you say?
He reminds me every day of how much older I am.
He said at your age he was still learning to J it.
Different ways to J it.
Different ways, yes. My bad. I'm sorry.
he called me on my birthday, called me old man.
Ah,
Say happy birthday, old
Happy birthday, old man. How you feeling?
no, it's awesome, man. No, well, what time are we at, Nicky?
We're at 2 hours.
Damn,
No, we're not.
Just kidding. It's 1:30.
I like
That's
that.
that's
Okay.
still
Good
really
stuff.
good too.
it's pretty good.
Yeah,
Well,
good.
shit, man. Congratulations on the album again.
Thank
It's
you.
A fire ass album.
Press one of those buttons, Nikki.
Just press any of those buttons. Hey,
Fire,
That's
fire,
what we're
fire,
here for.
That's a good
fire.
one. That's a good one. Not that.
Not that one.
Oh,
I do
Reset,
want to.
reset.
Yeah,
I don't know
reset.
how much time we have on the cameras though, but I do want to ask you guys, what are your guys' goals? What do you guys want to achieve by the end of this
live
year?
another day.
That's cool.
Just kidding.
That's deep.
awesome, sick. Thanks.
All right,
Thank you, guys.
See you guys next Monday.
And that's the episode. Thanks.
See y'all later.
Dude, I want first of all, I just want people to know that we're here and that we're not the voice of like Idaho and like hip hop or just like current like, but I just want to know like we're doing something special here and just
Yeah.
get on it while we're like, because soon enough, who knows when we blow up to, if it ever does happen, like we're gonna be too busy to engage with everyone. Like this is the time we can engage with everyone. So
Right
I just
now,
want
yeah.
everyone to be on board.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right
yeah.
now is definitely the time to.
Jump on and
I want us
be
to
a
go.
part.
I want us to go road shows.
That'd be
Take
cool
the
too.
podcast on the
shows?
road, live shows.
Yeah, I think like the biggest goal is just to create something that like for this pod that's just successful. Like that's been our vision and goal since the day we started together. Like just something that like anybody could tap in. Like and like every episode might be different. Like we might like this was really an insightful and like deep episode. We talked about a lot of like heartfelt stuff and like cool stuff. Like, but there also might be me and Nick just goofing off like for an hour. Like
Yeah.
so like just to have something that people could like tap into and like just take a break for an hour and a half, whatever, and like
yeah,
just
exactly.
yeah.
and just have a successful show. Like that's just what I want to put out there. Something nice.
Yeah, like we're talking to each other, but we're really talking to you guys.
yeah.
Like we're all just hanging out.
Actually,
That's
yeah.
the biggest thing at the end of the universe.
I will say that you guys, you guys are my brothers. I love you guys, but I will say you guys are just really good at what you guys do.
Me too.
Like, and I'm not even like this group right here created itself. I wish I could say like I had the thought of LALO and Nick having a show. because it's such. Look at Lalo.
He's a Chalombi right now.
This works. You guys work so perfectly together that like the universe put you guys together.
Well, that's another weird thing too, because
honestly.
Lala and I never really talked.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it just happened.
You know what's funny is like a couple like months ago I had like remember like on like Facebook and like stuff where you like do like a TBH. I had a TBH from Nick Pacheco that says like I don't really know you but you seem funny.
Dang.
Those are hilarious.
Isn't that crazy?
Like my status for TBI.
just fucking like it.
I'm gonna be honest, brutally honest.
To be honest,
Oh, those are
dude.
the good ones, dude.
Yeah. Just to let the whole world know on Facebook. What the hell were we doing back then?
No, for like and that's crazy because like we didn't really talk. Like we went to the same school. Like and it's not a huge school.
Yeah,
like
Lalo
we saw each
too.
other all the time.
I only knew Lalo wore fire ass basketball jerseys,
I
and he
did.
had the cleanest glasses ever.
Yeah,
Just those little, not the
Yeah,
square,
the square ones.
Oh,
Yeah, I did.
So nice. But yeah,
Yeah, and then now here we are.
I know, and I would talk to you.
We're brothers in love.
Yeah, is
Yeah.
that brotherly love?
Yeah. So before we wrap up, shout out Wave Media Studios.
Big shout out.
Quick few plugs. Anyone watching this need recording time, recording engineering, mastering, mixing, Wave Media Studios on Instagram. Anyone needing photography, family photos, senior photos, family reunions, prom, lifestyle. I just did a photo shoot for Lily, our brand ambassador, for her YouTube channel, for her marketing.
You want pictures of your babies?
If you have an idea,
Gender reveals. We did Lalo's.
Oh, so
if you guys have an idea, they could bring it to life.
Wave Cartel Beats. If anyone, an artist needing custom beat making, even podcasts, we've done a few podcast intros. Wave Cartel Beats on Instagram, Surface Wave Podcast. Everyone always asks me this. We don't charge people to be on our show. Everyone's always wondering how much for an interview.
Yeah.
This platform was created to have artists build their
Yeah, to come hang out
We
and
just
like
charge
promote
good
yourself.
vibes.
Good vibes for sure.
Good vibes only.
Heat Wave was last night. Amazing turnout.
Be on the
Shout out
lookout
to
for the
everybody.
recap.
Yeah. Anything in the future shows?
September 10th, we're gonna have an Afro night. I don't really know the genre. I think it's called Afro Beats, but we're
Okay.
gonna have 3 DJs mixing or not mixing,
Oh, cool.
but having their own sets.
Oh.
It's gonna be at Bottle Cap and Meridian. Yeah, and
Oh,
then
yeah, look at that, another venue like.
and then
it's very-
October, Nikki, what's the date?
29.
October 29th. We're gonna have Diego and Victor
Hey, nice.
have their own main event concert.
What?
You
next-
better dress up for Halloween.
And people who don't know, Diego and Victor they're Mexican musicians. There's a style, there's a genre for their style of music, corridos. We're also gonna have, I believe, 3 other local bands play as well.
Damn, and if you, haven't
Talented
listened,
youngsters.
if you haven't listened to the episode with Diego and Victor, make sure you go tap
An
in because
amazing
that one
episode.
was fire.
Yeah.
So funny.
And that's gonna be right here at the lounge at the end of
Oh,
the universe.
that's great.
So
Let's
we're
go.
gonna kind of take a little break from hip hop and do
Switch it up a
some
little.
a different genre.
Because when you had the resources to switch it up, you switch it
You
up.
switch it up. Yeah, so those are our next 2 events. That's where we're at right now. My album just dropped. Kid Mikey just dropped Mach 3. Archie has Trust None out right now. Dami has Sick World album out, and then we just dropped the Portland music video. Pike
So
Now Mike's
fire.
dropping this month as well. Mikey's dropping another single. Who else? Huh? Archie has another single coming out too, all within September.
Yo, the team is busy.
We just signed a new artist.
Ooh.
His name's Corey. You guys are people watching this are gonna,
Start to hear him.
they'll start to hear him, start to see his presence. He's an amazing artist.
We'll get him on the show
I'll listen to
eventually.
some stuff.
Hopefully Nikki drops soon.
Nicky's also
hoping-
dropping in September.
Well, wait.
Next month.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Next month and in September, Nikki's dropping. Yeah, there's just so much amazing things happening.
so be on the lookout.
Be on the lookout for sure.
Not slowing down.
September's packed, bro.
Yeah,
Hey,
September.
dude, just wake me up when September ends.
I don't know.
you
March
what I mean?
March was packed. Now September might be coming back.
September is gonna be insane.
Oh, yeah, we had March Madness. Now September Madness.
September
Shout
silliness.
out to Jay Hooligan, who produced Plays, mine and Nick's song.
Hooligan.
Shout out to Forte Beats, who produced If Only. And then on the deluxe album, Money on Me Part 2 came out, and he produced that one as well. So shout out to Wave Cartel Beats on that. Also, I don't know if we've ever mentioned this, but Hooligan from Wave Cartel Beats is also the person who makes the intro music for our podcast.
Yeah.
So,
We haven't mentioned in a long time.
We need him on the show.
I've been down and
I want
out.
Hooligan. On
Hooligan
the show.
was the second episode ever of Surface Wave Podcast.
He made a beat on the pod, which was
On
sick.
it,
I
yeah.
remember that.
It was cool, man.
But hey man, I appreciate like
Appreciate
everything
you
you do
guys.
for
Yes,
us.
we do. We appreciate you. We love you.
Shout Nikki
Everyone,
and
go
Chris.
stream Bottle Half Empty on all platforms.
Both albums.
Please.
And the deluxe. And save it, download it, everything. Because if you don't, then you're going to miss out.
Then you don't F. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and you don't support
You
someone.
don't have to.
Yeah, yeah. Don't
Anyways,
have to.
we love you guys. Happy Monday. Thanks for
Happy
tuning
Monday.
in. Tell everybody, subscribe, like. Thank you guys. Oh, we got hit 300
We hit
subscribers.
300 subscribers. Give someone a
300.
hug.
The road to 400 starts today.
Today.
Happy Monday.
400 subscribers, $100 Amazon gift card.
Let's go.
I like that.
Someone random.
Let's go. There we go.
Reset.